We hate Radiohead, 'cause they make bad music. Just kidding. Hello everyone, welcome to Weezer Blunday. We looked at the White Album extras and whatnot, the deluxe edition, and it was alright. There's some extra songs there that were pretty cool, but I don't really think it had any right to be on the original track list, but that's just because I like the White Album that much. But what we got was cool, you know, whatever. So next we are going to look at what are we looking at? I think I mentioned earlier that we are skipping Pacific Daydream through the Black Album because I do not like these albums enough to warrant looking at any demos or whatnot, and I don't think anyone else has looked at or seen demos related to these albums. That's just probably because this is like the back end of like the 2010s catalog, I'm assuming. Besides Teal is a good album. So now we're going to look at Okhuman. And what is there to look at to Okhuman? Well, it's not really like demos or whatnot. It really is just some sort of fan-made album. And I was looking at it one day and I was just, you know, intrigued. It's this fan album called Okhuman, but it's old Weezer. And I was like, okay, what does it mean by that? And I'm assuming it's Okhuman turned into a rock album. So I was a little intrigued on that. I don't know what to expect from that, but you know, it gives us a reason to talk about Okhuman. And Okhuman we will talk about. Okhuman, a Weezer album that I really liked. I think it's one of those top tier Weezer albums, and for good reason. Not for the reason you'd think it'd be, because Weezer is normally known as a rock band, but it's like this orchestral, moody album, and due to the pandemic, and it feels very emotional and good and great. And I liked almost all of the songs. Actually, I like pretty much every song on here. So yeah, it's up there in my Weezer ladder, if you remember. Okay, wait. Before we get into this, editor me, I'm gonna make a short real quick because I'm seeing this thing. What is this? What is this? All my favorite songs featuring AJR. So yes, there's this playlist, whole video made by this person called Longtime Sunshine, and yeah, I guess they've made just like covers and this old Weezer project, so I guess that'll be pretty cool. Remastered, so yeah, okay, yeah. Let's get into it then. I like Okhuman, I do like old Weezer, so let's see how the best of both worlds collide. Hopefully it's a good way. If not, I don't know. I don't see how this could go horribly wrong. You know, it ain't no AJR remix. Okhuman, but it's old Weezer, remastered Weezer, but through Longtime Sunshine YouTube channel. Shout out to this person. And I'm assuming if my memory is correct, track number 1 should just be all my favorite songs, but it's old Weezer.
All my favorite songs are slow and sad.
Oh, is this who's singing this? Oh, me and his brother. Okay. Songs are slow and sad. I don't know what's wrong with me. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Parties don't go.
Then I feel bad 'cause I need a friend when I take a walk.
I wanna be rich, but I feel guilty. Okay, we got the little harmonies.
Walking alone by myself. I was on an island.
That's an old Weezer reference. Is it gonna be a guitar solo then?
Favorite songs are bad, bad, bad.
Hello? Okay. Next aloo gobi. Hey, I mean, all my favorite songs it's a slower side of the Weezer, so obviously it's not like gonna be a old Weezer intro track like a My Name Is Jonas or a Tired of Sex. It's probably like more of that bonus track off of Van Weezer, where it's like a more slower type of song. But I mean, technically, even Make Believe era Weezer still counts as old Weezer. So, you know, a lot of it depends on what your definition of old Weezer is. I do think it's from like, you know, pre-Blue Album to like, I don't know, freaking Red. I guess. I don't know. But anyway, you wouldn't see that type of slow tempo opening on like a Blue or Pinkerton. But still, nice to see that song in a more rocking tune. And now we'll move to Aloo Gobi. Agoraphobic, Rivers homophobic. Oh my god, what's happening to me? Oh, same old teen, same old Gobi. Has lost its flavor, life is dry. What? Okay, so we're switching up the lyrics a bit. I just noticed that he has Big Bird here. And my god, look at that. Look at that frame on Rivers. Look at that frame. That's a man. Here we go. This is where we get a guitar solo. You are not alone. Be there with you. You are not alone. Okay, wait, before we move on to the next track, I was told something about this Aloo Gobi video, but where is it? Well, I was told that Rivers commented on the Aloo Gobi video, but I guess it's not there anymore? Well, that's a shame. Yeah, I'm not seeing the buddy. The instrumentals are on point, though the vocals leave a bit to be desired. I mean, I don't expect them to just grab the Rivers vocals from Okhuman. I mean, they could have. That's definitely a possibility, but I mean, I guess they want to try and make it as original as possible. But I'm not sure what their process was behind this project, just to make it sound all old school Weezer. You know, I guess they went the extra mile to actually go through and sing some of the songs. Or all of the songs. This is the whole thing. But anyway, let's see how Grapes of Wrath sounds. Okay. The person singing sounds like Brian. Drift off to oblivion. I just don't care. Dead? Next track, Numbers. I did like that a little bit. Numbers are out to get you. Is this Numbers right here? Is that Red Rivers? I mean, I guess that would make sense for this guitar instrumentation. Okay. I hear the sound. Yeah, that one did have a little bit of a feel to like Butterfly, but then again, like a lot of these sound like the ending ballads of the old Weezer of the Weezer albums of old. I do like the additions of like an acoustic guitar here, because I feel like there are definitely going to be songs on Okhuman that would definitely fit the acoustic guitar. I don't know. I guess it's still a little disorienting to hear this, because like I don't know why I'm locked in on this image of old Weezer being like the My Name is Jonas, Surf Wax America type of songs, even though there are slower songs on the Blue album like Undone and Say It Ain't So, but like I guess it's such a big gap between now and then. It's hard to fully grasp the sound on it yet, but this is such like a foreign cover remix of an album that I really like, so maybe I'm still trying to get used to this. But I don't know if I'm just saying shit out my ass, but I do like what is here so far, and I do like the effort these guys have gone through to, you know, compose stuff like this, and I do like the fact that some of these orchestral compositions can translate well to the guitar. Alright, let's see how playing my piano works in this old Weezer style, because I did like playing my piano a lot.
My wife is upstairs, my kids are upstairs.
Pink triangle.
These
Alright, didn't have Zoom back in 1998. Come on, guys.
when I'm playing my piano.
Ooh, pounding out.
The bass, singing out the tune.
I'm playing my piano. Ooh.
Dipping down from major to mixer.
Kim Jong-un could blow up my city, I never know. When I play my piano. Ooh, I'm counting out the bass, singing out the tune, playing my piano. Ooh. Cool. That was actually kind of sick. Oh, hello, my mirror is showing me who I am until the day that we shall. Okay, okay. Here goes with that drum fill.
Can save this man.
Okay, okay. This is actually a pretty sick cover rendition of this part.
Door on
This man. And also that song is just really sweet, so I did like that a lot. I did like me playing my piano into mirror image. I guess the lack of guitar solos is also a thing here, because I mean, I get it. There aren't really that many sections to create a solo in Okhuman, but I guess it's just I don't know. I guess it would just be difficult to logistically place them into these songs. I guess that's something really missing when I think of old Weezer too. I mean, they had some pretty sick guitar solos, but maybe we'll see more of them as it goes on. Maybe once we get to more of a moving track like Screens, maybe something might happen. I'm not sure. All right, next track, Screens. Okay, wait, hold on, let him cook. Okay, here we go.
Young girl, homeworker means
Everyone stares at the screens. I'm not gonna lie, this one definitely has some Green Album vibes to it. Hearing this rendition, it feels like a long distance cousin of Hash Pipe.
things should go out this way.
Everyone stares at the screens. Okay, not a bad rendition. Not a bad rendition at all. Cool, that was kind of cool. Next track, Bird with a Broken Wing. Okay, hold up.
The air, looking at this grill. Me, just a bird with a broken wing, and I still sigh for me. And
I'm just a bird with a broken wing. We'll have a song.
in me, anyone is free. 'Cause I'll be right where I wanna be.
Hello? The guitar's in the background? Wow. That was a really nice rendition. Okay, I'm starting to appreciate this project a lot more, because I guess the first few songs just feel so compatible with the orchestral strings that I guess having it more like into that usual guitar chords type of structure doesn't really hit as strongly as I wish it would in comparison to the original, of course. But when it comes to like these more other songs later down the album, it's like I can definitely see them being like an old Weezer demo. Like this one, especially Bird with the Broken Wing, it sounds like something that could have been on Songs from the Black Hole. Yeah, also when it comes to like the chorus and stuff, you can definitely hear something like The Angel and the One. So like yeah, okay, there's some songs here that definitely give you those sort of thoughts back to, I guess, older, more classic Weezer albums. I guess when it comes to like the old Weezer, I gotta more think of the more balladry, slower Weezer songs, because obviously Okhuman wasn't a super fast-paced album. It didn't really have the lyrical content and ideas in mind to make it a, you know, super peppy album like Blue. But I guess that's something I should have expected going into this album, but I guess it's something that's kind of coming to fruition now once the album starts progressing, because like I'm starting to see the vision that these guys had in mind for this like fan-made cover album project. But next track is Dead Roses.
Turn the key and cast a laughing phantom. Imagine your smile and the life that
My smile? No retainer in, because I'm done with my full-time treatment, baby!
the bottom of an oubliette, where they can burn dead roses. I can I grasp the pieces. I hear the turn of the key as I hiss at the bottom of an
Wow, it's crazy how if you just add a guitar, if you just turn that song into a guitar, it just sounds like something that would be on the the make-believe demos. Already at first it was already like a gothic type of it was already like a gothic type of lyrical structure. But now you just add a guitar into it, it's like wow, okay, we're just in 2000s Weezer, I guess. It's funny too, because like the chorus, the way the chorus is sung, it does feel very like Green Album-esque, yet it's not. I keep mentioning it, but Green Album obviously is more on like the poppier side. But add those guitars in, the darker, heavier guitars in, it sounds like something that would definitely end up on that make-believe demo fan album that we listened to like a month or so back. And yeah, wow, that's crazy. It's so weird when you bring like a modern song back to the older Weezer sounds, because it sounds like it just ends up on stuff that could come across like multiple albums. The chorus sounds very Green-esque, the guitar work sounds very make-believe, pre-studio make-believe-esque, and yeah, it's just very interesting. But next track, Everything Happens for a Reason, it's like 20 seconds anyway, so this was old Weezer, it'd probably be on the outro for the last track. And then here comes the rain. Hello? Okay, is it Maladroid time? F-word of the year. Look like the Martin girl. Splish splash. Everyone, take a bath, take a shower, clean yourself up. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's gonna wash all my troubles away. Here comes the rain. Oh, it's gonna wash all my troubles away. Hello? That outro, okay. You know what? Not bad. Last track, La Brea Tar Pits. In La Brea Tar Pits, there's still so much to give. I forgot about that little lick there. Hey, hey.
Cause there's still so much to give. I'll sing
Okay, that was it. That was it. And yeah, okay. Okay, before I ramble about this, I'm gonna pee real quick and I'm gonna think about my thoughts. So give me a second. Okay, I peed and I had some thoughts. First of all, I do like the creativity here. I do like this idea of existing albums and putting it into, I guess, different sounds or previous sounds of that same band, if any. Or even, I guess, if you want to go even crazier and do like an Okhuman if it was, I don't know, fucking The Strokes. I don't know, I just saw that here. But yeah, I do like the creativity and I do like the effort this guy put into, you know, making it himself and his brother, because it sounds like it was all made by themselves and like I guess translated from like the orchestral versions to the guitar versions, which I feel like definitely does take a lot of time here, and I can respect it for that. That takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of focus, I guess, because God knows I couldn't transcribe any of those orchestral songs to guitar, even if they were the most simplest of orchestral chords. I don't know what the word is, but yeah, I do like whoever the vocalist is. I do give them credit for, you know, singing all of this themselves, because you could have easily just took Rivers' vocals and just placed it here, and that still would have been fine, but I do like you went the extra mile to just sing it yourself. It does sound a little bit more Brian than Rivers, but hey, you know, I'll still give where credit is due. It basically does feel like a cover album made by a different band, if that band was just heavily inspired by Weezer from like the early 90s to like the Red Album. So there's that. That's a good way to, I guess, describe this album. Yeah, there are definitely some songs here that would really fit on some old albums had they stuck to that guitar centric instrumentation, but I do also feel like that some songs here just fit so well on the orchestral sound that I just can't see it anywhere else, especially like the first few tracks, like All My Favorite Songs and Aloo, Gobi. I just feel like I'm so used to that orchestral version that it just kind of doesn't hit the same, even if it's stuck with that old Weezer guitar sound. But when it gets to like Playing My Piano, Mirror Image, Screens, Dead Roses, a lot of these sound like a completely different song in a way once we just stick to the guitars and the bread and butter of Weezer. So yeah, I did like hearing that sort of hypothetical differentiation. Difference. I do like hearing that like difference in between the original orchestral version and like this alternative universe where Weezer just stuck with the guitars. It's definitely an interesting premise, and I do like these types of videos. The big gripe I do have with this project though is that I feel like it still locks in too much to the Okhuman structure, because like I think it's Here Comes the Rain, where it basically is just Here Comes the Rain, the original version, but with guitars. But still, like Here Comes the Rain, the original sounds nothing like an old Weezer song, I feel like. I feel like they definitely could have taken a lot more liberties here in regards to how the song is structured, instead of just, you know, strictly following what happened on Okhuman. If you wanted, like, there could have been more like blaring guitar solos, even if they're more on the balladry side. I don't know. I just felt like it just sticks way too close to the original Okhuman songs that it does kind of hinder the potential in what an old Weezer would do with songs like these. I felt this point the most in Here Comes the Sun, yet I feel like a song like Dead Roses definitely helps reach that sort of potential. Also, Bird with a Broken Wing. Those songs definitely hit those old, slower Weezer ballads. And of course, I'm not going to be hearing like a My Name is Jonas or a Good Life from this type of album, because it is on the more softer, slower side. But unfortunately, those are the two albums that you're gonna hear be brought up when you say old Weezer. That's just what it is. Those are probably the biggest Weezer albums you can think of. If you're gonna get what I'm saying, I'm just saying like they could have molded the songs more out of the okhuman frame and into more of the, you know, older Weezer songs. The sort of hypothetical like fan album covers just reminded me of all those Metallica covers where like they grab one song from a certain album and place it into another era. There's this one YouTuber that I just searched up that explained my point well. It's State of Mercury.
My friends are alcoholics.
He has a lot of these songs like Enter Sandman if it was on Justice for All, or Master Puppets on the Black Album. Let's do something like Creeping Death on the Black Album. See, like how the rhythm section is a little bit different. It's a little bit more different than the usual Creeping Death riff. You know, it's more the you know, those little changes that like you can kind of associate with certain albums that aren't as present as I wish it would. This is one that would like feel really kind of weird because Nothing Else Matters on Master Puppets. It's a little. And then it comes to like a fucking. It's starting to build up. So then it turns into a fucking thrash outro section that you wouldn't expect on the fucking. Well, okay, you would kind of expect on the Black Album, but not like. I don't know. I hope you're kind of getting where I'm coming from. Where obviously I'm not saying to completely overhaul the song to where it sounds completely different from the original, but you know, keep some core elements of the song there, but just ram it into a certain old era and sound. I felt like there were some songs on the fan project that could have been molded more creatively, but I still see where they were going with it, and I can definitely see their vision with it. So yeah, overall, I did like the project, and I did appreciate the level of thought and creativity that went into this project from Longtime Sunshine. But I felt like there definitely were some spots that could have been a little bit more outside the box in a way, a little bit more creative. Some just felt like it did stick to what was already there on the original okhuman. But there was also some songs that definitely did reach that potential of making a almost alternative universe version of it. I don't know what kind of time constraints these guys were on. I don't know if they have regular lives outside of making Weezer covers, so I can't fault them too much. I mean, they made a whole project. they made a whole cover project, so I can't knock them. So yeah, overall I still understood where they went with it, and I kind of liked it. And yeah, I got nothing but respect for these guys to just go through with it. And yeah, I think I got my gripes out of the way. I think I've got my praises out of the way too. I will probably link this playlist, this channel, whatever I might do in the description below. You can check them out, you know, give them a little bit of support, you know. Hopefully whatever they do next is pretty cool. Yeah, shout out to Longtime Sunshine. But with that being said, thank you for watching another Weezer Seconds video in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to Longtime Sunshine. Subscribe to that project. Subscribe to Weezer. But subscribe to my channel too, because I really want 1,000 subs soon. Luckily, I do know what's next, and we are sticking on the YouTube fan projects, because, like I said earlier, there was this Van Weezer project called Van Weezer If It Was Good, or Great, I don't remember. I'm assuming this is the project that I was recommended, so I will look at that next. So we already have something set, but after that, I think we're just gonna go teeter off into other stuff, because like I said, I don't know anything related to the season's EPs, if not already have been kind of brushed upon. I guess we'll just freeball it from here, because after that, we're kind of just done with all the mainline Weezer stuff. When it comes to like the mainline Weezer albums, yeah, we're practically done with it. I guess after the Van Weezer If It Was Great YouTube fan project, we'll just freeball it from there. But the time frame of the output might get a little wonky, but you know, we'll go by ear basically. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, shout out to Weezer, shout out to Longtime Sunshine, and shout out to Okhuman. Probably one of the best Weezer albums.